with Dr. P and her team, magnificent team. Yep. Oh, I can see our sister Julie Pierre is with us today. Welcome back. Warm welcome.
And Nadu, we are already live. Today we went live early because Dr. Dale is on the road. So if you're speaking, you're already on YouTube. So I just want everybody to
see. Thank you. Welcome everyone. Our King Darian.
Hi.
Hi.
I'm happy to be here.
Welcome, Queen. We're happy to have you.
I hope you're
Hello, everyone. Hello, Sister Nadu, Dr. Pat.
Good to hear that voice. How are you doing and the family?
I'm good. We're good. Thank God. We're blessed.
Yes, I can see our sister Miriam. Hello, Queen Miriam. Queen Roslyn, are you there? Queen Betty. King Joseph, welcome. Queen Judy, welcome. Our brother Michelle is here. Oh, Sister Nancy, welcome.
Thank you. Happy Friday. Happy Sunday.
Happy Sunday to you.
Yes, Queen Julie Pierre, happy to see you.
Thank you, Sister Nancy. Good to be here. Dr.
yes.
Pat.
Yes, my darling sister, welcome.
Thank you.
It's nice to hear your voice again. All glory belongs to the Almighty God.
Only Him.
Yeah, we have 4 minutes to start officially. So Queen Nadu and the rest of the team continue the greetings. Dr. Derek is on the road, so we are already kind of live on YouTube because he had to do that before he goes on the road.
Okay.
Which is okay. We can greet ourselves in YouTube, not wahala. But when he comes back, he can clean some of that part out. So let's not worry that you'll be there for a long time. Go about Queen Nadu.
All right, thank you. We continue greeting our fellow members. Yeah. Queen Irene, always on the top.
Hello.
Hello, welcome.
Sticking at the top.
Always. It's good to know that. Once you up, you cannot go down. You got to keep doing it.
Yep.
Keep climbing. Yep. I can see I see someone here who is successful. Me? I know we all want to be successful.
Me? I had it on for another reason, and I'm trying to get it off, but that's me.
I see Lily. Welcome.
Thank you.
No, it's just a reminder that everybody needs to get there. Can say I'm successful. Yeah.
Yeah.
We all need to say that we are successful. We succeed on something and we don't even know it.
Just being here, just living.
Yeah. Whatever happened to you?
Hello. We have 4 minutes to go.
4 minutes. 4 minutes
to greet ourselves and be jolly.
Yeah.
Not. We should be jolly.
So
yes, our brothers and sisters that have joined us on YouTube can see that we are in a bubbly family house. Welcome everyone. That is already on YouTube. Queen Nadu has the mic. Over to you, Queen Nadu.
We need to do that. Talking to each other. Check on each other to see how we are feeling. Even if someone doesn't want to say it, when you hear the voice, we can feel it. Yeah, because we are family. Yeah.
It is.
Some people are going in and out. It's okay. The weather is rough. It was rough on us yesterday. Yeah. Trees going down, blocking the streets, but we're still standing. We're still standing. We are going to hear of our amazing Queen Irene today. Yeah. Lift up. That's one of our goals. And we are doing it. Our sister Lerato is with us. Welcome. You are always here with us. Even if you are not here physically, we talk about you. We thank you for the song that we always play for the opening. I think we still have some 120 minutes. Second. I don't want Dr. P to jump for her seat like 120 minutes to start. No. It's less than that now. 120 seconds, less than that. We gotta start sharing and learning anytime we meet. Dr. P, are you ready? We have 1 minute left. Sister Lerato is ready. If you are not,
hey,
start going.
Born ready. Thank you, Queen Dr. Nadu. Thank you, everyone. We come here to empower ourselves with knowledge. This topic today might be sensitive to some people. It might be new to some people. But the series, sometimes we have to hit the nail on the head and have this type of discussion. And I try not to get myself too worried. But I can tell you the truth, Sister Irene series, I'm like, is this like this because of this? Is this like this because of this? You know, that's the type of discussion I can go to the doctor to have. But before we start, let's start with our signature tune, In It to Win It. This song is gifted to us by our own very sister, Queen Lerato Shadare, the lady with the beautiful voice, which we're going to hear from her very soon. All right, In It to Win It.
officers. Almost an hour. Yeah, but we still got him. The back wheel off side of the road. I think it's a 6. Where are you from? Please. I'm not going to get more.
Precious.
The next stop is on passive.
Stand clear of the closing doors, please.
We are in it to win it. And our next stop is what? On passive. Until we have the new name, we'll continue to use the name on passive for now. Anyway, I'm not here to gap because I know you want to hear our great speakers today. The person that is going to motivate us today, give us something for reflecting, something to uplift us. It's not a stranger. It's somebody that you know. It's one of our sister on this very beautiful platform. We just heard her voice. It's the one that when she opens her voice, she blesses. So I will not waste time. I'll call upon my queen, sister Lerato Shadare, to uplift us today and to give us something to reflect on. Over to you, sis.
Hey, sis, how are you? Can everybody hear me? Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. How is everyone? How are you, my beautiful sis, and everyone here? I'm just so grateful to be here. I'm grateful through all the travels and everything that traveling and everything. I'm here. I'm happy. I'm fueled. I'm just happy to be here, and I'm glad to be alive. Like our sister always says that, life is not something that is just like you take it for granted. The fact that we woke up this morning, we have to give glory to God for waking us up, giving us another opportunity to love, to make better choices and just live better, right? And empower each other, empower everyone around us, and just choose better every day. So I'm very glad to be here. And I give the glory to the Almighty God for this opportunity. So I don't know about you, but I'm really, 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 really fueled. I am believing hard. I am trusting. I am hoping. I am just fueled for this dream of on passive. On passive, or another name, sister. Dr. Patience says, whatever name that we're waiting for that one, I'm still fueled. The dream remains the same. Whether the name changes or whatever, the dream is still the same. The destination is still the same. The destination is success. The destination is freedom from financial struggles. The destination is still the same. The dream is still the same. The name might change, but the dream and the goal is still the same. So this opportunity to talk to you today, for me, when I'm given an opportunity to talk, I always share my heart. I tell you that I share my heart, and I'll be going through things in the week. Maybe I read a lot, and sometimes I'll be reading some of my favorite writers, or I'll be listening to something and it will grab my attention, and I come here to share it with you. And something that stuck out to me in my seeking or my listening this week was Napoleon Hill. I don't know how many people listen to Napoleon. I think he's such a prolific speaker and writer, and he wrote a lot of things about. He's a metaphysician, and he talks about life, and he talks about manifestation and different things, and then a mindset. Basically mindset, right? So he's one of the speakers that I listen to, and something that popped out to me that I was listening to this week, he was talking about success. He was talking about success, that most of us want success, but most of us are not prepared. What comes, we think that success is you go from one point to the next and there's no in between. And this is what I shared with Dr. Patience, because we pray together on Fridays. We have a platform where we pray together. I said, if most of us we're given a chance to get to see there's somebody, their microphone is on, so it's just a little bit distracting me. So Dr. Patience, can you mute the microphone, please? I'll wait for the microphone to be muted. Thank you, sis. Thank you. So, and I said to Dr. Patience that, if most of us were given an opportunity to see the whole journey, or if we were given an opportunity to see the whole journey of on passive, most of us wouldn't be here, because, people want to say, I want to succeed, but they don't want the in between. And I made it a very interesting, I made an example, and I said, the children of Israel were in slavery for a long time. But I bet you if they were given an opportunity to see the journey, to see everything that they would have to face along the journey, none of them would have left Egypt. I promise you, had they seen that they would have to cross the Red Sea, had they seen that they would have to go and challenge giants and all of those things that they had to face, they would have not left Egypt. Some of them were still even complaining during that time. It's like, you should have left us there. Now we don't have food, because the journey, and everybody wants the end result, but nobody wants to go through the in-between. And that in-between time is very, very important. That in-between time is what Napoleon Hill was talking about too. Is like, many people get tempted to quit in the in-between time. And those who choose to stay and endure are the ones that are worthy to be crowned. They're worthy of the crown. So you cannot want the crown and you don't want the in-between, you don't want the training, you don't want the preparation, you don't want anything, but you just want the end goal. And most of the people that when they talk about prosperity and they talk about success, they don't want that building time that is in between, because it tests you. I liken it to somebody who wants to become a doctor, right? I mean, all of us have dreams. So all of us, we were, when I was growing up, our teacher would be asking us, what do you want to become? Like, oh, astronauts. I want to be a doctor. I want to be this. But, most people that go to medical school, or people who go through those programs to become what they say they want to become, some of them quit in between, because they want that, we all want that, what we're looking for, to become a doctor. But nobody tells you that the journey, the preparation, that time that you're at the university, you're not sleeping. Like, if you ask any physician right now, doctors who are, people who are preparing to become doctors, and they tell you the training is vigorous. It's not for the faint-hearted. A lot of people quit in between and they change their faculty or change completely. their studies, they go for something else because it's not for the faint-hearted. You have to be committed to the dream and to be committed to that thing that you want to become. So it's not for everyone. For people who want to become astronauts, they'll tell you that the training is not for everyone. I'm speaking about this because this applies to everything that we want in life. Whether it's changing our mindset, whether it's whatever, we have to be committed. You cannot want everything to just be, today I dream it, tomorrow it becomes. It's not like that. The preparation time and the testing time is very necessary to make you to crown you worthy of what you're looking for. When those students go on stage and they graduate, you can see the emotion in their faces and their families, because their families might have gone through with them through the journey of them wanting to quit when they're supposed to do 1,000,000 assignments in a short period of time. Some of them are falling apart. They're comforted by their families. So when their families are coming to attend their graduation, they know the journey. So when they express the joy and they're proud, they know what it took for them to get there. Some of the students are struggling through funding. They have to fund their studies. They have to work while they're studying, right? They wanted to become a doctor. And so they're doing everything possible to stay the course. They're doing everything possible to stay the course. If it's funding that is their obstacle, they go out, they work, they come back, they study. So they're juggling work and studying because the goal is, I want to become a doctor. Whatever it takes in between, whatever that I have to pass through, the goal still remains the same. I am chasing that dream. It's going to become a reality. So I remember after when we saw our CEO came to talk to us the last time, I'm sure a lot of people, because he spoke about the dream is still the same, right? The dream is still the same. We're still going after that dream. But I know that there are people who are a little bit like, they were tempted to quit, or they're tempted to lose hope or whatever. And I'm like, the bigger the dream, the bigger the commitment that you have to invest, like mentally, spiritually, and otherwise. The bigger the commitment that you have to invest, and it's going to require a lot from us. That energy, because people were thinking, there's on passive, and from today and I join and everything happens, blah blah, everything is there. No, the greater the dream, we all have to invest, whether we're investing emotionally, spiritually, whatever. Some of us are investing in prayer because we know that this dream is being built for us, right? We've joined, but my job is to believe in it. My job is to take part and pray for it. That is my job. That is my investment. When things are going haywire, it's my duty to get on my knees and say, Father, you promised us this. I pray. And I'm like, God promised us this, because this dream, I believed in it. I believe God is in it. So my investment in it is prayer. I cannot lose hope and join those who are saying, whatever. No, I'm not joining those, because I'm not going to keep focused on those naysayers or whatever. I'm not going to focus on that. I know what the dream is for me. I want freedom. I want, all these things that we set for ourselves, that wealth that we're looking for, everything that we're looking for. I'm invested in that. I'm not quitting. And whether it comes through on passive or it comes in, I am invested in it. Whichever way, form, whatever God chooses to bless me, I'm invested in that blessing. So I'm not quitting. I'm not quitting, right? I'm not quitting, and I'm not losing hope. Things might look like they're delayed, but that time, Napoleon was talking about that the delay is necessary sometimes to shape us, to sharpen us, right? That delay is necessary. It's necessary so that all of us can, it builds you, it builds your spirit, man. It builds your spirit, because most of us are not prepared for wealth. We might think that we're prepared for wealth, but wealth needs you to be prepared also spiritually and mentally, right? It needs you to be prepared. Some people are not ready to handle the heaviness of wealth. You can ask Dr. Derek, always speak about it here, that there are people who play the lottery today, wealth comes or the money comes, and they end up worse off than where they were before the money came, because they were not really ready for it mentally. They were not really ready for it mentally. So that preparation time is necessary, so that when the blessing comes, then we are ready for it. And we don't have to chase, we don't have to push, we don't have to do anything. It finds us ready, because then the appointed time is there. We are prepared for it. When we are prepared, then it comes with ease. It comes and it finds us ready. Right. So the Dr. Derek always stresses on mindset, that our mindset has to be prepared. We have to be prepared mentally for wealth. We have to be prepared spiritually so that we can match the frequency of wealth. So this time that we think it's delay, it's actually a blessing. For most of us, it's a blessing. And there's nothing in this time. I don't care who tells me what, that if something is meant for us, it's for us, guys, and it will find us and it will manifest. All of us here, God gave us gifts and He's blessing us, but we have to be prepared for the blessing. And it won't miss you. It will never miss us. So let's not worry about how long it takes. Oh, it's taking whatever. That time is really prepared. Is preparation. I'm sorry. That time is for preparation, right? It's also for that time that we think it's delay. It's actually preparation and purification of our souls, because some of us are seeking wealth for reasons that we don't know, right? Maybe we're not ready for it spiritually. We think we're ready, but we're not ready. So that time of we think that is delay, but it's time that our souls have been purified to be prepared for what we're asking for. Right? That's the time of development and preparation. It's very important, right? So Napoleon Hill was talking about that today. He was talking about what we deem as delay. Most of the time, is not delay. It's not delay, because the bigger the dream, the longer you have to wait. And for me, when he said that, I thought about, let's say a woman is looking for a baby, right? Somebody's trying to have a child, and they've been trying. They finally fall pregnant. That lady that fell pregnant doesn't think that she's going to give birth. After she falls pregnant, the baby's going to come immediately after 2 days or a month. It doesn't happen like that. You have to wait through the gestational period for 9 months. And through that period of 9 months, you're eating healthy. You're preparing for the child that you asked for. You're preparing for the child that you asked for, right? So the gestational period has to happen, guys. You have to wait for 9 months. And the bigger the dream, the longer you have to wait. I was looking at animals, like the largest land mammal is an elephant. An elephant is pregnant for 22 months. 22 months, because it's big. It's the largest land animal on earth. So it has to wait longer to give birth. And that period has to happen. It can't just be pregnant today and give birth tomorrow, because whatever it's going to give birth to is bigger. The baby elephant is big. The brain needs time to develop all those things that need to develop. It needs time to you cannot rush the process. You cannot rush the process. So some people, when you say trust the process, some people want to punch you, because not many people are equipped to wait and trust the process and trust that in that time that they're waiting, things are working for them and things are working together for their good. They don't trust that. They want to rush the process because fear pushes you to want things now, right? But nothing that is meant for us is going to miss us, guys. Nothing that is meant for us is going to miss us. So if it's meant for us, it will be there for us and we'll be ready for it. And we should be grateful that when the time comes, everything that we need or everything that it is required for us to be able to sit in it and to receive it will be there. We will be prepared. We will be worthy of it. We will be worthy of it, right? And one thing that Napoleon said also, I'm just going to quote from what he said. He said, delay is the first proof that the dream is real. It is the reward. Okay, if the reward was meant to be small, it would have arrived by now. So he says that delay is the first proof that the dream is real. And because our dream is big, we have to wait for the process of that dream to manifest itself. And if the reward was small, everything would have happened by now. Everything that we waited for this long would have happened already. We would have had whatever that we're waiting for. But because the dream is big, the time that it takes for that to cook, it has to be big too. It has to be equivalent to the blessing. And then he said also that delay is the first way that heaven verifies your desire. Is it something that is just fleeting, or is it for real? The delay is the first way of heaven verifying your desire, if it's a true desire or if it's something that you just want for a moment and that's it, or it's fleeting. So heaven verifies you, it qualifies you through that time of delay, so that to prove you that, are you ready for this? Are you actually asking for wealth? Are you ready for wealth? Are you preparing for wealth? So that delay time, or that time of preparation, is actually not delay. I don't want to even say delay. That time of preparation is how the heaven verifies if your desire is real, or if it's a spark, or if it's something just fleeting, right? So we have to sit in it with ourselves and question ourselves: are we in this time? Are we complaining? In this time, are we believing? Are we losing hope? Are we tempted to give up? What are we doing in this time? Are we preparing ourselves? Is our soul being purified? Are we being ready for this big dream? Because to handle millions, or to look for the kind of wealth that, or the kind of money that we never had, means that you have to prepare for it. We're not going to squander it. Are we ready for it? Right? The dream is still there, guys. The dream is still there. The vehicle is still moving to the destination. It has not changed. But it's in the in between that we have to move. We have to be prepared for. Even when things are like, like I said before, that when somebody's studying to become a doctor, there are things that will happen in between. But those in between will determine if they will get to their goal. I mentioned there that some students will have issues with financial whatever. They will see, okay, fine, this is my challenge. I still want to be a doctor. I'm going to find a job. I'm going to study and work at the same time. And they will overcome that, right? Some of the people there'll be many challenges in between. So in that time in between, you have to ask yourself, is the journey still the same? Is the goal still the same? What am I doing with these obstacles that are on my way? What are we doing? What are we doing with ourselves? For us now, the challenge is the waiting. A lot of people can't wait. It's hard to wait, guys. It's hard to wait, especially when you're not prepared. It's hard to wait when you're not prepared mentally for it. So that's why some people would quit. Some people will quit because for them, it was never their dream anyway. It was somebody else's dream. They just hacked into it, but they're not really, really invested in it. So they will not want to give more, or they wouldn't want to give of themselves. So you have to ask yourself, is like, what is it am I doing now? Because I said the delay is necessary, right? And most of us here, we're at the brink of the glorification. We're at the brink of our dream being realized. So we cannot also afford to quit to quit towards the end of the whole thing. Now we want to quit when we're about to get the reward, right? So my question today for us is, how is our belief, guys? How is our belief? Do we still believe in the dream? Are we invested in it still? Are we invested to see it through? Right? And it's not only applying to what we're waiting for with on passive, it's also throughout our journeys. Our journeys are different, but there are things that we wanted, or things that we're desiring. Are we committed to our dreams? Do we give them 100% to say, no matter what, even if I sometimes have to sit and just pause, but the journey doesn't stop. I'm still committed to my dream. I'm not losing hope. I am not quitting. I know that for me to receive this something big, the in between, whatever my time has I have to be prepared for it, right? So that's what I have for you today, guys. We can sit and question ourselves, those who want to. But I'm so glad to be here. And in case somebody didn't tell you that they love you, I want to tell you that I love you so much, and thank you for this opportunity to share.
Whoa. Whoa, 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 whoa. I'm not going to pretend I want to summarize what Sister Lerato said, but this is what I'm going to say. What I gather, the key thing, preparation is key. And if you don't have the right mindset to prepare to what you want to receive, sometimes you might be disappointed because you're not prepared. She said something that the one that I'm going to do on pregnancy. You have the people that prepare. Some might take a longer time, right? And there's some people that just get pregnant easily. And because it's just easy, they don't prepare. And when the baby comes, they're lost because it was just an easy thing for them. But the one that plan and take some time, long time before God blesses them with the fruit of the womb, you see every journey of that 9 months, they'll be preparing, they'll be looking forward to this gift because it's a big gift at that point. But if it comes easy, you will never value it because it will not be like a big gift. The whole mindset was loaded. I don't want to be dragging it. And she keeps going back to her faith. Whatever your faith is, hang on to that, right? We believe that, we believe in the Almighty God. Mr. Ash always said that God put this together. No man can stop it except him. And we believe that, for those that believe, as she says, we pray all the time. And she always says something like that, anything that happened, there was a journey, there was preparation. Even when God took his children out of Israel, it was a preparation, it was a journey. But the end goal was received, the promised land. So let's just get the right mindset while we wait for the huge prize to come. Thank you, my sister, for always inspiring us. Thank you for making us level set and our expectation. Thank you for everything. And without wasting time, because I know we'll come back if people want question, but let's hear our topic for today as well before we come back to you if there's any question. But if you're not already uplifted with that talk, they don't know what to say, because what you believe will come to pass. The old book said that, the good book said that if you believe with a little mustard seed and say this mountain move, it will move. So let's keep believing and trusting the process. I'm going to call on our moderator for today, Dr. Benny Tinglet, to introduce our next speaker. And please, if you have anything, hold it. Our sister will be here to elaborate. We just discuss as family. Over to you, Dr. B.
Thank you so much, Queen Dr. Pat. Thank you for the opportunity. Greetings! You guys know what is going on. I just want to take this moment before I introduce our speaker for today. I just want to take this moment to thank our Heavenly Father for bringing each and everyone this afternoon, this evening, or morning. It all depends upon your location. And I really want to thank our Queen Lerato. Thank you so much for this amazing mindset. Yes, I am not going to quit. Why should I quit? With passive, despite the fact that they're going to change the name, right? There is no need for us to quit. Do you know that some people have quitted already? They're crazy. I see no need quitting. So why did you wait 5 years? Then you are quitting now when you know that this is the time to make the dollars. I just want to appreciate you, my queen. Thank you for this amazing mindset. As you all know, the presenter for today, you all know who she is. To me, she is a doctor. But the topic for today is know your body and what? Cancer. A lot of us don't know what is really happening with our body. Now she is going to explain to all of us. She's going to elaborate. And please, the person who is going to do this to us, present. Her name is Queen Mrs. Irene Ekwede. Could you please proceed and welcome?
Okay, good morning, good morning, good morning, good afternoon, good evening. That was me you were introducing. All right. Acclaimed doctor. All right. It's another Sunday, and I'm always excited to be here. My name is Irene Ekwede, and I am reaching out to you this afternoon from Maryland in the USA. So we are going to continue with our series of Know Your Body and Cancer. And every time I want to bring a topic, I just want to still remind us on know your body. If you know your body very well, if you know who you are, if you know how things are going on in your day-to-day life, how you feel, then when something is brewing, when something wrong is coming, you will catch it early before it gets to a point where it will be a challenge to handle. So know your body, know how you feel when you get up, how you feel when you eat, know the types of foods that you eat and your body really doesn't take it, and what your body likes. Know how you sleep, know how you go to the bathroom, how often, how things look like when you go to the bathroom. I'm telling you, those are simple things some people don't even want to look or think about, but they are very important. You need to know those things. When you go to the bathroom, don't just sit down and pee and jump up and leave. You need to figure, listen to yourself. Easy to just pee? Did it take a little while for it to come? Was it a rush? Did it stop somewhere and then continue? Did I feel like I didn't empty my blood? Those things are very important. You use the bathroom if you do number 2. I hope those who are outside of the US know what that is. Don't just jump up and go without looking. Look in the toilet bowl, okay, people? Because you don't know if there's blood there. You don't know what color is. Know those things. So when something new is coming, when something abnormal is happening, you will catch it before the doctor does. Because when symptoms start creeping up, when you know these things from symptoms that are now bothering you, it might be a little advanced at that time. So know these things well so you can catch it quick before things get out of hand. So today I'm going to talk about prostate cancer. And I'm going to, I don't know, some message is popping up on my phone. I'm going to ask your permission to do this topic twice. Well, not like doing the same thing twice. I'm going to do the first part of it and I do the last part. This is just because prostate cancer is supposed to be one of those cancers that can be easily treated. People should not die from it if it's caught early, but we do not pay attention. And lately, we've been having people die from prostate cancer when they shouldn't really, too many people dying when they shouldn't really be. Please let me know if you're seeing my screen.
Yes.
Okay. Just recently, we lost a friend, and I was so devastated because he was diagnosed with prostate cancer, but at a later stage. And so even after all the struggles, he still lost the battle. But I'm sure that if this was found a little earlier, it shouldn't have been, the result would have been different. I'm trying to get our faces out of the way. All right, so today I'm going to talk about prostate cancer. And the first question is, what is prostate cancer? Prostate cancer is a disease in which malignant cells or cancer cells form in the tissues of the prostate gland. Prostate cancer is the second most common cancer among men in the United States. So I'm sorry that I didn't do much of it to see how the percentage is globally, but in the United States where I am, it is the second most common cancer among men. Take note that it said the second most common cancer among men. It did not say that it is the second deadly cancer among men. It is the second most common cancer among men. It is common in older men. About 1 out of 8 men will be diagnosed with prostate cancer. That is quite a number. Okay. So what is the prostate? So people will be hearing prostate cancer. Prostate cancer. Not be surprised that people don't know what the prostate actually is.
Queen Irene, are you sharing? You sharing? Not yet, right?
Oh, I am. Okay. Let me get back out.
Yes, please.
Okay. I thought you were seeing what I was sharing.
No, I just saw but your mouse, moving. So I thought you were going to click on the topic.
Okay, let me start all over. Okay, are you seeing anything now?
Yep, perfect.
Oh, all right. Sorry, guys. I was there. I was looking at it, reading it. I think in the process of trying to get my face out of the screen, I kind of clicked out of it.
Okay.
So I'm gonna go back to the beginning then.
Yes,
so
please.
like I said, so what is prostate cancer? And I said it is a disease where malignant cells or cancer cells form in the tissue of the prostate gland. And prostate cancer is the second most common cancer among men in the United States, and most common in older men. About 1 out of every 8 men will be diagnosed with prostate cancer. That is quite a number. And so what is the prostate? Like I said, we might be talking prostate cancer. People really don't know what the prostate is. Like you can tell what somebody's eye is or mouth or nose. They probably don't know where the prostate is or what exactly it is. So the prostate is a gland in the male reproductive system. So women don't have prostate. Only men do have prostate. And it is a gland in the male reproductive system. It is just below the bladder. So the bladder is the organ that collects and empties urine. So the prostate is right below the bladder and in front of the rectum. So the rectum is what collects poop or collects, I don't know what I call, poop. And the prostate is below the bladder and in front of the rectum. And then it is about the size of a walnut. So it's not a very big organ. A walnut is not that big. And it is surrounded, or it surrounds the urethra. So the urethra is a tube that, so like we said, the prostate is below the bladder, and then it surrounds a tube that empties the bladder. So the bladder, when it's full, then you go to pee, and the tubing that the pee goes through and comes out and you pee in the toilet, this prostate gland kind of surrounds that tube. So it is very close to the bladder and surrounds the urethra. And it produces fluid that forms part of the semen. So I kind of have a diagram here, but I don't know how to, I'm not very proficient. I don't know if you can see my mouse. Do you see my mouse moving?
I can, yes, please.
All right. So here where my mouse is, that is the bladder. That is where urine accumulates. And then when that bladder is full, they kind of cut it underneath so you can see it. So when this bladder is full, it now empties and the urine will come out this tube that you see here and comes out, and the man will pee in the toilet. Below that bladder is a little yellowish thing here, the size of a walnut, we said. That is the prostate gland. And in the back here, some reddish thing here, this is your anus, where the poop comes out, and this is the rectum. So the prostate is right below the bladder. It is this small organ tissue here that yellowish in color here, or orange. And then this is the tubing that is called the urethra. Urine comes out. And this is the rectum that collects poop or shit or whatever. And then you go to the bathroom. and you can poop, and this is your rectum. I'm showing this because I'll also have to show how they will examine prostate. Okay. So what is the prostate continuum? So this is just a continuation of what the prostate is. So as men, I'm just talking more about the prostate. So as men age, as they get older, the prostate may get bigger. Not really from a disease. It just gets bigger from walking over years. And a bigger prostate may block the flow of urine. So you saw how it surrounds that urethra that the urine comes out. So when it gets bigger, it get bigger and then tightens up on that tubing, and then it will be difficult for someone to use the bathroom or to urinate. And when that happens, that condition is called benign prostatic hyperplasia. And you probably will hear the doctors just call it quickly BPH, but that's what BPH means. It's a benign prostatic hyperplasia. They call it benign because it's not cancer. It is just normal tissue that has grown bigger, multiplied more, and then it's causing problems. So BPH is not cancer, but surgery may be needed to correct it. So if it gets too big, it occludes that urethra and you can't pee, you know that you have, so men have to pee, you can't go without urinating. Then surgery might be needed to take that gland out so that the person or the individual should be able to use the bathroom. And the symptoms of BPH or of other problems in the prostate may be like the symptoms of cancer. So sometimes you might get the symptoms that we're going to name as symptoms of cancer, but they will not be due to cancer. They might be due to BPH, or they might just be due to infection of the prostate gland. So this picture is just showing you the prostate. So you see that up here is the bladder. So this is a normal prostate in a normal healthy state. So that's the bladder. They kind of cut it across so that you can see one-sided. And so that's the prostate right below the bladder. That's the prostate gland. That's a normal gland. You see, it's small, like the size of a walnut. And then you have the urethra where the urine will come out. And then the rectum is right here in the back. And then on the right side of the screen, you now see where you can have an enlarged prostate gland. So you see that it's a little bigger, and it might be pressing on the urethra and kind of like reduces the lumen. And this might just slows how much urine comes out. So you might take longer to pee, or it can actually occlude it that you won't be able to go to the bathroom. You won't be able to urinate, and then they have to do surgery to remove the entire gland. All right. So what are some common facts about prostate cancer? Like I said, prostate cancer is the second most common cancer among men in the United States and actually elsewhere worldwide. It is the second most common cancer, but it really doesn't kill men. It's mostly common in older men, so you will not hear young people. It is unlikely. I'm not saying that it's not possible. Young people do get prostate cancer, but it is more common in older men. About 1 out of 8 men will be diagnosed with prostate cancer. I think I said that before. And it's also saying that most men diagnosed with prostate cancer do not die of it. So that's why I stressed earlier that even though it is the second most common cancer among men, it really doesn't kill men that much. All of that would depend on when it was diagnosed, how you handle the treatment, and what you do with your life in general, which we're going to discuss those later on, probably in our next conversation. So prostate cancer occurs more in Black men than in white men. That has a lot to do with our lifestyle and also the fact that we really don't go for checkup. Our Black men don't really go for checkup frequently like the white people will. When we are not having pain, when we are fine, life is fine. Doing our regular checkups is not a routine thing that our Black men most likely will do. So it is not really that this doesn't occur in white people, but it's that white people do their routine checkups, and they will catch things way ahead of time that before they become, they get to fruition. So that is why it is more common in Black men than in white men. Black men with prostate cancer are more likely to die from the disease than white men. Still in the same line that because we don't go for regular checkups, by the time they diagnose it, it is so advanced that it is difficult to treat. And so they will die from it. Unlike their counterparts, that they will diagnose them at an early stage and they will treat it and they will be living life. So screening, I'm going to talk about screening for prostate cancer. So screening is looking for cancer before symptoms appear. Looking for cancer or for prostate cancer, in this case, before symptoms appear. This can help find cancer at an early stage and be treated. I kind of put stars there because it does help find cancer in an early stage and stop it before it even goes anywhere. When cancer is found early, it may be easier to treat. By the time symptoms appear, cancer may be advanced and it has begun spreading outside of the prostate to other parts of the body, to the bones, to the spine, to the pelvic. Pelvic organs now have the cancer, and at that time it's really difficult to treat. So screening tests may be repeated on a regular basis. So they will say, okay, at age 40, you have to start doing PSAs. You have to start doing rectal exams for prostate. That is screening. They are not saying that you have cancer or you are at risk. They're just screening, making sure that they catch something early. So this may be repeated. In some cases, they'll tell you have to do it every year or you can do it every 6 months. It all depends on your risk factors. If the screening test is abnormal, you may need to do more tests. So for example, if the doctor did a rectal exam and suspected that something is not right with the prostate, they might ask to do more tests. They might ask to do a PSA. They might even ask to do an MRI and other tests to make sure that their suspicion is not what they think it is. And so when they're now asked to do more tests after they have found some abnormal results, at that time we call those tests diagnostic tests. So currently, there are a lot of tests that they do for prostate cancer, but those that everyone knows or that are commonly done or that the doctors would tell you all the time to do are 2 tests. The digital rectal exam, which is a nightmare for men. That's one of the reasons why they don't even want to go do this test, because they hate this particular test. And then there's another one called the PSA or prostate-specific antigen test. That one is a blood test. Thank goodness they have that. So the digital rectal exam is not the first thing to do. It used to be before that was the only test that they did. And now we have the PSA. Thank goodness. So, but there are more screening tests that are being done in clinical trials that the doctors are trying to, or scientists are trying to figure out so that there will be a lot of tests and better tests to diagnose prostate cancer. So I talked about the digital rectal exam that is a nightmare for men. I think one of my meetings, somebody said, oh, they abused men doing this rectal exam. They are traumatized doing digital rectal exam. Well, just brave it. It's once a year. Or if you are a high risk, you can do it once every 6 months. I don't see why it should be a big deal. You go through the trauma once every year and you should be in good shape. It's better to do that than to now get to a point where you will now be running around with fear in you because you have these bad cells growing in your body. So digital exam is an exam of the rectum. Like I showed in that picture earlier, the bladder is at the top, the rectum is at the back of the prostate. And so this is an exam of the rectum. The doctor or the nurse will insert a lubricated gloved finger into the part of the rectum to feel the prostate for lumps or anything else. Just the size of it, if it's bumpy, if it's, whatever that they're going to find, if it doesn't feel normal, then they'll be thinking that something is not right. So this is how that exam is done. So you have the man lying. So now they cut this person longitudinally. So we're only seeing one leg on the bed there. So they cut the other side out in this drawing. So you see that whoever is doing this test have the gloved finger, and they usually lubricate it with Vaseline or some lubricant, so it's easy to slide in and out the rectum. And you see that the finger gets right there to the spot where the prostate is, and they just touch. And they can feel if the prostate is bumpy, if it's bigger than it's supposed to be. And then if they find that something is abnormal, then they will do more tests. And then we have what I said, thank goodness we have this test. So the digital rectal exam is not commonly done anymore. Well, in most developed countries, because I'm sure that even in some underdeveloped countries, they probably still do the rectal exam because they don't have this test yet. So the PSA, or the prostate-specific antigen test, is a test that measures the level of that hormone in the body. PSA is a substance that is made by the prostate. So increased amounts in the blood of men, there's an increased amount in the blood of men who have prostate cancer. So the prostate does produce this specific antigen, and it has a level in your body, and that level is normal. It should be positive. You shouldn't have a negative PSA. But the levels, when they start getting higher, which we'll talk more about those during our next presentation. When the level is getting higher, it is usually not just prostate cancer. Even when you have an infection of the prostate gland, the PSA can also be elevated. Even when the prostate is grown bigger, like we talked about it earlier, when you have a BPH, sometimes the PSA might be elevated. So it doesn't really specifically tells you if it's prostate cancer or not. But in the case of prostate cancer, definitely the levels are a little higher. The level of PSA may also be high, like I said, in infections and other prostate conditions. A PSA test or a digital rectal may be able to detect prostate cancer at an early stage. At an early stage that, you can just take a few hormones and the cancer is gone. Studies are being done to find a way or find ways to make PSA testing more accurate. So like I said, you can still get it in other conditions of the prostate, but research is trying to get more details about PSA to be definite that is there like a specific level that when it gets to, or are there any other things that accompany PSA or whatever. They want to get details where this PSA test can be more definite, can be the best test or more accurate to diagnose prostate cancer. I think I wanted to end here today because I feel like that is a lot for us to assimilate, especially for our men. And I would like that when we come back next time, we will do signs and symptoms, we'll do the diagnostic tests, we will do the what predisposes you, what are the things that increases your risk of having prostate cancer, you know, lifestyle risks that can increase your risk of getting prostate cancer. I would like for us to do that during our next presentation. So at this time, I will stop here with this, and I would like for us to especially our men, well, even the women too, because we are always the force behind making them go to the doctor. So if we have any questions, I'd like for us to understand this first section of the prostate cancer before we continue during our next presentation. So.
All right. Thank you so much. We really appreciate you, Queen Irene, because the topic that a lot of us are bringing into this dream team, it is what we really need. And when it comes to this cancer or prostate cancer, our men, you are really trying to educate our men. And again, for the Black men, not to be afraid. Since white men, they always go to the doctor. So why can't white men go to, our Black men go to the doctor? You don't have to be afraid, Black brothers. As it is noted, as you make us to understand that prostate cancer or prostate cancer, it is a cancer that it develops in the prostate gland. Yeah. And with what? A small walnut, which is the shape that I saw in men, that produces what? The fluid, which nourishes and transport the sperms, right? And it is very common. Again, it is a common cancer that in men, especially those over 50 years. So those who are young, the men who are young now, they should just prepare themselves because, hey, we cannot run away from what is going to happen in our body when we get older. I know I cannot sit here and talk more because I know you will bring more next week. I just want to take this moment to really appreciate you. You will come back again to talk more about the exam. Despite you talk about the digital exam, which is, I believe a little bit. I think the digital exam is good, right? But the other exam is difficult because that's why a lot of our Black brothers, they are running away. My own advice to our Black brothers is that please try and go for your physical every year, isn't it? Every year. We have to, not only Black brothers, also our women too, because we do have cancer, right? Cancer of the breast. Then for the men.
We're going to get to the women.
That's correct. Thank you so much.
I think I did the men first this time because I just lost a friend from prostate cancer. Well, not really. It's not like a close friend, but it's somebody that I know in the community. And I saw him all the time, not knowing that he had something going on. And then all of a sudden you hear he's dead. It's been 2 weeks. Oh yeah, about 2 weeks since he passed. And these things that will be in you, you will not know that you have them brewing until when you start getting symptoms. That is when they've grown big and they're pressing on neighboring tissues or now squeezing the urethra so you can't pee. Of course, if you can't empty your bladder because something is blocking the urethra, it can be really painful. And then they have those symptoms. And then they go to the doctor because of that. And by the time they go, the prostate is already so big, occluding the urethra. But then the cells have gone to other parts of the body. They have gone to the bones. They have gone to other pelvic organs. And at that time, it is difficult to treat. Trust me, there are a lot of treatments for prostate cancer. There are actually a lot of easy treatments for prostate cancer if they catch it early. Please don't wait until it gets to a point where your body cannot withstand the disease and it's taking more aggressive treatment to treat it. And at that time, the success rate is lower. Prostate cancer, when it's caught early, they can just give you hormone antagonists, which are things we're going to talk about later. And it will go away. But when it gets to a point now, they have to give you chemotherapy. So chemotherapy does not only kill cancer cells, it also kills your normal cells. And so if you are older, as they said, and you now have this disease that is already overwhelming your body, which means you have to be strong enough to even withstand the disease itself. And then in addition of that, you have to be strong enough to withstand the chemotherapy, which is very toxic. Chemo is very toxic. Chemo, when you start getting it, like you see, you lose weight, you look cachectic, you lost your hair, you have diarrhea, you have soreness in your mouth and everything, because this drug itself kills even the normal cells of your body. So don't wait until you get to a point where you have to be dealing with the disease and dealing with the treatment. And sometimes they have to give you a combination of those chemos. It's not just going to be one, because they have to now give one that will be working on the soft tissues in your pelvis or whatever. And then they have to be giving another one that has to be working in the bones, because now this thing has gone to your bones. It's horrible. At that time, your chances of living are limited. But if you go for your regular yearly checkups and, get the finger in your rectum once a year, just to make sure that they know the prostate is okay, that saves you a lot, my brothers. Please, I don't want to hear again that some young man, look, life begins at 60, okay? I don't want to hear some young man dying from prostate cancer when there are easy treatments for prostate cancer. And this is a cancer that you can be in remission and be in remission forever, depending on when they caught it. And then at that time, you're going to be more careful. I'm sure it scares people, and then now they pay attention. But you can actually be in remission, and the rate of it coming back is very low. Please, our husbands, brothers, sisters, uncles, I'm sorry, I don't know sisters. Please don't wait. Don't wait until it is too late for you to go to the doctor.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Queen Irene. I really appreciate you. And I believe our brothers, they have heard. And hopefully, if they have any question, please, if you guys have questions, just wait when the time comes for the question and discussion, and you will be able to ask your question. And our Queen Irene is here, and she is going to provide you guys with the answer. Thank you all. As you all know, our next topic is the update. King Dr. Derek, are you available, please? While waiting for the updates, I just want to find out from each and everyone, if you have any question, you can just jot your question on the chat. Please, at the time, for now, until we wait for Dr. Derek to come back. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Mr. Sampson.
Is it, oh, okay. I was going to say, is it that everybody understood this well and they don't have any questions?
No, Mr. Sampson has a question.
Okay.
Like I said, while we're waiting for King Dr. Derek for the updates, Mr. Sampson said, what types of exercise and natural food or roots heard can prevent this kind of diseases?
Oh, all right. I don't think I really have anything specific that is for prostate cancer, what you can eat. I mean, you just need to eat healthy. Avoid lots of red meats, beef. I don't know, red meat a lot, because there's some people that just eat a lot of red meat. Do a lot of vegetables. So when you eat your food, generally just do a balanced diet and do more veggies than the meats or the beefs. Enough carbohydrates. I'm sure that everybody knows what a balanced diet is. And just do that. And then don't be too sluggish or be what they call a couch potato and don't move around much. Just exercise. Exercise, drink lots of water. You need to flush your bladder and flush your organ. So drink lots of water to make sure that you flush out any toxins in your body. I will have to look on that if there are any specific recommended foods to eat that would prevent prostate cancer. I don't think I know any at the top of my head, but generally you just have to eat healthy and that should do it. And be active, exercise.
Thank you so much. King Samson, I hope you have understood, but she will bring more information next time. Thank you so much.
I'll look to see if there are any specific recommended diets to prevent prostate cancer.
Okay. King Joseph, could you please unmute yourself and ask your question? While waiting for King Joseph, I believe we have enough men here, or maybe we don't have that much men.
Yeah, I'm kind of surprised that I'm not hearing from them. Maybe we don't have a lot of them here today. Maybe we have more women. But women, ask the questions for your husbands, for your men, for your boyfriends.
Well, as for me, I have no man, no husband, no boyfriend. So the rest of the women ask question.
I will say the good thing for us women, please just remind them to go to the doctor. If they want you to be there to hold during those rectal exams, please do. That will be helpful. Because the one thing that I know is that even as tough as men are and powerful, there are certain things they just can't withstand pain. Because doing a rectal exam, I don't know why it's such a big thing for them. Don't the women have those exams too? We do have vaginal exams. They don't only just stick a finger, they even probe us with all kinds of dilators to do even just pap smears and all that. And we do go. So why is it that the men won't go? Why don't make it to such a big thing? Just prepare your mind. It's a 2-minute exam and it's over for a year. Please do it for us because we want to have you people around strong, not just getting someone show up one day. Oh, I can't I go to the bathroom. I can't pee. And then you know, they realize the pee comes and then stops and then continues. Oh, don't even. And then that's when they're going to the doctor and then it's too late. Maybe women ask the men the questions.
Brother Joseph is here. Brother Joseph, I know you raised your hands up again. Where are you, please?
Oh, we have to unmute him. Sorry. Where is he? Let me unmute him. Is he back?
It was like he came up and then went back down.
Okay. Sorry, Brother Joseph, unmute yourself. We had to take the mic off because we didn't want the noise. Go ahead, Brother Joseph.
Thank you so much. Thank you for the presentation, Sister Irene. As you are inviting the men, I think I should speak on behalf of all of us. The idea that you said they are only older men, it starts from the younger men before they go to the older men. So what age group do you call older men? When you say 60, there are some 40 who are already going through that, but they don't go for the exam. And by the time they start going for the exam, when they have turned 50 and going over, that is when it becomes more. Since you have partitioned this in two, most of my questions will be in the part two.
Okay.
Because the part one is just the preliminary, and the part two will bring in a lot of questions. So that is, yeah.
Thank you, sir. Yeah, so that was my intention. I wanted for us to like know the basics, like know what the prostate is, where the prostate is, what kind of things can happen to it, like we did, and the tests that it can do for screening. I wanted us to know that well, and then the next presentation, yeah, we'll go into the real deal with prostate cancer. The signs and symptoms, the diagnostic tests, the treatments, even the preventions, all of that we'll do in the next presentation. So no, I was just joking that life begins at 60. That was just a joke. At 40, they start really like encouraging men to start doing these yearly exams and actually doing a PSA. I will say this, if to be on the safe side, man, just do your PSA. So they don't do the rectal exams very often anymore, except in those areas where they do not have the test to do the PSA. In most developed countries now, they do PSA. They just draw blood from you. It's a little needle stick, brothers. I know even the needle stick is a big thing for oh man, I'm not sure what I can do with you guys when it comes to this. But you go to the hospital, they draw a little tube of blood and they do the PSA test. And you can do it every 6 months. And you can, when you go to your doctor, even if you're just sick and you go to the doctor, or you go even to the urgent care or whatever, just when they're ordering you some lab tests, just tell the doctor or whoever that is seeing you and say, please, can you add a PSA test? I guess some men ask me all the time when I have to put in orders for them, please, can you do my PSA? Which is fine because they're coming to get blood drawn for something else. They just want to get that done with. And nobody refuses to do that. So do the PSA maybe every 6 months. That is fine. And then if it's getting elevated or something, then they might have to do more aggressive testing. But 40 is the time when the men should start getting these tests, getting these rectal exams, or whatever they do, this screening test for prostate cancer. Yeah. Also, the very important thing is for you to know your body. So when you're going to go pee, like I said, there are certain things that people don't just care. Try to know the strength of the stream of your urine. I had gonna put on there, but I thought, I don't know if kids that are gonna be in here or whatever, but the strength of the urine stream has a lot to do with the health of your reproductive system, including the prostate. Do you have a strong stream or a weak stream? Is the urine just dribbling? Is it a good volume coming out at a time? Those things tell you a lot. So that's why I started by saying, know your body. When you know how the strength of your urine is. How often do I go to the bathroom? Do I go to the bathroom at nighttime? Maybe it was once a night, one time a night I get up, depending if I spent time drinking the day before or whatever activities you were doing, you get up once a night. Okay, you know those. When it gets to a point where you start getting 2-3 times a night, what is going on? If it comes to a time when you start running to the bathroom more often, what is going on? So those are some of the things you need to know your body.
A quick question. The PSA, what is the level of measurement? And for example, if your doctor tells you your PSA is 4, and the next time you go to him and you do a test and it comes down to 3, what will you give as your advice?
Well, so like I said earlier, scientists are working on trying to learn how they can use PSA more accurately to diagnose diseases. So the one thing with PSA is that your PSA can also be elevated when you have infection or just an inflammation. So if you go to the doctor and the PSA hit, they say it's 4, and then you go the next time and it's 3 or 2 point something, it might just be that you have some transient infection. That's why the PSA was elevated. So when they're looking at the PSA, like when I said in the presentation, when some test is abnormal, then they will do more tests to make sure, that whatever they found is not an issue, and even if it is, what kind of issue it is. So you can have a prostatitis, which is infection of the prostate, and your PSA will be elevated. You can have just inflammation, and your PSA will be elevated. But then it can also be cancer. And then those PSA levels also fluctuates depending on the age. But you have, I think it's 0 to 4. I think I have it in my next slides. I will give that to you.
I know 0 to 4 is supposed to be the range.
Yes, it's a range. That's why I'm saying that it does have, it does fluctuate, and it also differs with the age and how healthy you are. But if they're telling you that your PSA is elevated, they usually will do more tests. Sometimes they'll send you to a urologist and they say, oh no, maybe you have an infection. It might just be an infection. And they'll give you antibiotics, and you come back the next time and the PSA is back to normal.
Okay. Just like you said, it's a lifestyle that is very important in everything.
So,
it's our bodies
yeah.
are concerned.
Yeah, so it used to be before, when you go to the doctor, they do the rectal and they realize that men really just don't want to do that, a rectal exam, and they don't come to the doctor very often. So now they do the PSA first, and then if the PSA is abnormal, they will definitely have to do the rectal exam to feel the prostate itself. So the prostate has a different feeling when it's normal, when there's nothing. And then it can be bumpy, it can be soft, it can be hard, it can be bigger if there's something going on. So if they do a PSA and it's abnormal, the doctor might want to do a quick rectal exam that is easier and cheaper, And then if they still feel that, oh, something is not right, then they might now go to do a biopsy, which is a little more invasive. But they don't want to go to the invasiveness early unless they have a reason to. So now they do the PSAs first before they do the rectal exam, because I don't want to scare you guys not coming to see them.
Is there, say for example, somebody has a PSA of 10, 12, and it comes down to 7, and after about 3 months, after getting treatment, it comes to 7, can it go back to 12?
So what was the question again? So is there a problem?
No, yeah, the person already is diagnosed with prostate, and the PSA is at 10. And then it comes, and he starts treatment, it comes down to 7, and he continues the treatment. He goes to another doctor or for another test in another place, and they tell him that the PSA is 12, whereas the order before he went there, it was 7, from 10 to 7 and 12. So
this like I said, this is a substance that is produced by the prostate gland. And so if in a disease condition, like in the case of a cancer, the cells they'll produce more, and then the levels will be high, and you can be getting treatment, but those levels can never really like be fixed. As long as those cancer cells are still in that gland, those levels will fluctuate depending on what the cells are doing.
Okay.
The only other time that you will really see that they go down and they stay down is when the cancer cells are being eliminated and like killed. And so they are not producing the PSA anymore. But those levels will fluctuate. But it shouldn't go from 10 to, 10 to 7 is not much of a difference.
Okay.
Because also, depending on who does the test, the labs that are doing these tests are different. Sometimes it's good to stay with the same lab because they have the same devices, the same volumes that they will use, and the same spinning machines that they will use to, collect whatever they collect. If you keep to the same labs, that is good. Going to different labs, they might have just little differences in the processes that they do the same test, and you might have little differences. So it's good to stay in the same place, know that they're using the same process in doing the testings. Like for example, even with like CTs and PET scans and all that, it's good to go to the same place and use the same machines because I don't want to be going into details on how they do CT scans, but they look at those, they cut through the tissues. Some places will do 5-millimeter cuts, some places will do 1-millimeter cuts, and so they'll give you little differences in the results. Which it should not be any significance in the differences, but for someone who is sick and looking to see things going down, if you went to A and they said 10, and then you go to B and they said 7, then you go to somebody else and it goes back to 10, it might not really be much of any difference, but it's just probably the technique that they did to do the test.
Okay, thank you. The problem was that the
the
person was here in the US, and then he did the test before he traveled. And when he traveled to Canada, he went there and did a test again. From 7, it went up to 12. So I was thinking that it could be the lab or something of the sort. That is just why I was asking.
Yeah. Yes, it might be the lab, the whatever that they're using, the processes, their equipment, and all that can make much of a difference in the test results.
Thank you so much.
Important thing is, how do you feel? So sometimes, you're doing this, So even when you're doing the PSA, it's also good to do scans. So they look at the shape of the prostate. They look at the sizes of the tumors. So even though the PSA, since they are a fluctuating test, the more precise results would be measuring the tumor size. So if we did a PET scan or CT scan, generally they will actually measure the diameter, and every time that you come to do repeat scans, they do measure those same diameters at the same spots to see if it's decreasing or increasing. And that is where you pay more attention with the treatment rather than really the PSA levels. The PSA levels is just like more like a signal giving you a heads up on doing more detailed tests.
Okay, thank you so much. In your next presentation, please, could you try to find out what are the causes, bacteria, fungi, or whatever, so that the men should also know and know what type of things they are doing that are attracting them to those type of bacteria, or
Yes.
viruses, and so forth.
Yes, we'll work on that there. Thank you. I'll respect your request.
Thank
I
you
will
so
do more research.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir. I see
Queen
is up. Her hand has been up.
My dear Queen Sister Irene, you and our brother discussions answer some of my questions. Yeah, the clinical practice trying to get away from this digital rectal exam. I don't know why. After the men will make us go and press our boss on a mammogram machine, they don't want to be. And they'll make people to put their whatever in whatever, and they don't want theirs to be put. So it's okay. We'll leave it like that, right? And if you're a man over 50, definitely over 50, you should start getting your yearly checkup of your prostate. Yes. And as Sister Irene has already said it, we know PSA is non-specific. It's non-specific, but it's a starting point, right? And that's why when it's definitely under 4, like dead under 4, they just say, okay, let's leave it alone. When it's between 4 and 6, it's 4 and 10 or 4 and 12, something like that. Sorry, Sister Irene will tell you the numbers. Then
4 6.
Is it 4 6 or 4 10?
4 6.
Between 4 and 6. When is that range?
Making more investigations.
Yes, when it's between that range, you make more investigation. If it's higher, then I don't know, it's higher than 12 or something like that, you're under more observation, more these two things. So it is a starting point, but it's not something for you to just go be frightened. But it's good to have that starting point, as Sister Irene said. It must be benign inflammation. It could be anything, and they can address it at that point. And they now, as you said, science is improving. I think they're going to start using free PSA as well. And I think sometimes we are between 4 and 10. I think it's 4 and 10. They'll try to do a free PSA to get more information. So yeah, so prostate cancer is one of the cancer that somebody say if you want to have a cancer, you want to have it because it's slow to kill. So if they detect it early, just imagine. So it is, for lack of a better word, treatable in that sense, if they say slow to kill. But again, what is it? Early detection is a key. Early detection. For every type of cancer, early detection is a key. But there's some cancer that people say, okay, it's a better cancer. I don't know whether it's a good word to use compared to some, because it could be. When I always go to do my yearly mammogram, I say, man must have designed this machine, right? And they don't want to go and do their own. I don't know. But yes, Brother Joseph, thank you for the insightful questions. Let's just start going our yearly exams. We, the women, do our yearly breast mammogram exams from the age, is it 50, and men should be from 50 and above. But if you have family history, as Sister Irene has said, you want to start going early, 40. And they're advising women to family history to start early. I think they're bringing, so please, sometimes you have to push your doctors, push them. Remember, they're human like us, push them. And one of my sisters said it was a push that she pushed and tell the doctor that I don't care what you're saying, but something is wrong. This is not my body. And the more she pushed, the more tests they did, and they caught the ovarian cancer early. So please, know your body and push for this test. You might not know the names of the test, just describe. I go to the doctor's half of the time, I don't know how to describe what is wrong with me, to be honest. Like when I go to the doctor's office, I feel well already. It's like, why did you come? I'm like, doctor, I don't know. I don't know what I say. White coat syndrome that makes me feel well. Some people go there worse. I don't know. But let's keep ourselves healthy so we can enjoy this upcoming fortune. Please, Dream Team is coming with topics for us to educate ourselves while we wait. So if you have any more questions, please raise your hand. Let me see whether there's anything in the chat. Today, the fort is being held by me and the presenter, so bear with us. And there's a few lost in the family, so family members have gone to see loved one. So I don't see I'm seeing anything in the chat that needs to be answered. Thank you, Queen Teda. I think you're just writing. I don't see that is a question. If not, we'll end early today. There's nothing wrong to end early, so we can take a good rest. So we'll have another meeting next week. Is what, the 14th? Yes, I think it's the 14th of September. Then the last 2 Sundays of September, Dream Team will not be having a meeting. You know, Dream Team, we have engagement on this platform. We have marriages on this platform. So we are growing. So the 2 Sundays after the 20th, 21st, and the 28th, there's a wedding in the family. Also, the Friday, the 26th, is it 26? Yes, Friday, 26th, there's a wedding in the family. So we will take that 2 weekends off. But next weekend, we have a meeting. After that, we'll come back in October with cybersecurity, keeping yourself safe online. If there's no further question, then I will ask Sister Lerato to give us a take-off message, and then Sister Irene to give us a take-off message, and then we close for the day. Thank you all for coming. If I don't see any more hand up, I will invite our speakers to give us a take-off message.
Okay, I'll wait for Sister Irene first.
Okay, it looked like Brother Joseph was the only one that was engaged today. Sister I know Sister I has, let me tell you, this Dream Team, I respect you guys all. You guys, I don't know how you put multitask smoothly. Sister Ira is doing a presentation and she's taking care of her elderly parents as well. So we don't take this presenter's time for granted, okay? We just love our Dream Team family. So when Sister Irene just step out, she'll be back. Maybe sis, you can just go before Sister Irene. So.
All right. This was such a wonderful presentation and very informative. Thank you so much, Sister Irene. Every time when you speak and you educate us about our bodies and everything, it's so valuable because, you know, there's some things that we miss and sometimes we think we know and we don't. So it's very informative. And yeah, you know, we need to prevent things that we can prevent so that we don't, you know, end up with consequences that we can't handle later. So this is very, 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 very important. And thank you so much. And then as per my talk today, I said to you, we cannot afford to lose hope. We cannot afford to give up on our dreams. And we have to insist. We have to insist. You have to decide that you want to be successful. You have to decide that you want success. And then when you decide, you don't give up, right? It reminds me of Edison. I always mention the story of Edison because for me, it's an example of somebody who never gave up. They wanted to have light. We all have light now because Edison decided not to give up. The light bulb was formed by somebody who decided not to give up. Had he decided to give up, we wouldn't have a light bulb by now. So I just want you to have that at the back of your mind that if we decide for success, if we decide to work on changing our mind, anything that you decide on, you have to insist and you have to be persistent. You can't afford to give up, right? You can't afford to give up. So let's chase this dream. This dream is big. And I'm going to remind us again, because it's a big dream, it's going to take time. It needs a longer gestational time. It's not delay, but it's preparation. That's another thing I'm going to say. Whatever that we're waiting for, the time in between our goal and where we're going to, it's not delay. We are not delayed, but this is a time for us to prepare to handle that big dream and for us to receive it completely. So that's what I'm going to say today. So let's check our spirit and let's check where we are mentally, and so that it can match the frequency of the dream that we're chasing and the things that we're asking for, right? So thank you so much for listening. And yeah, that's what I'm going to say today. Thank you. Bye.
All right. Thank you, sis. And I don't know if Sister Irene is back. Sister Irene, are you there to give us your closing remark? I know you might have jumped out. Let me. All right. I think Sister Erin will give us a closing remark in part 2. As I said, we have 2 weddings in the Dream Team family. One is my daughter, one is Sister Irene's daughter, one is one of our sweet couples that engaged last Sunday year on this platform. So without further ado, I just want to say thank you all for coming. Don't forget to jump other platforms for Mindset. Mondays, we have Miriam. We have Deep Dive Tuesdays and Thursday at 7 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time. We have the 2 events, Monday through Friday. We have All Passion Thursday morning, and we're back to Dream Team next week. Thank you all for, I'm going to unmute all of us to say in it to win it. You can all unmute yourself, and we all take a good break and ready for part 2 of the topic in October. We're all in it to win it.
To win it.
In it to win it.
In
So
it to
please
win it.
invite
To
your male
win
friends,
it.
invite
In
your
it to
husbands,
win
invite
it.
your boyfriends, invite your brothers, invite any male that you want to invite in the part 2. Yeah, it will be sometime in October. When you see Know Your Body and Cancer will be part 2 of that meeting. Please, this is very, very important conversation. It is scary conversation, but we cannot be scared when we have God with us. See you all next week. Love you all. Bye.
Yes,
Bye. Have a good day.